The Rotary Club Chandigarh meeting number 2245 is called to order. I hand over the meeting to the President, Sanjay Bhatia. Over to you, Sanjay.
Thank you, Sergeant Pasman Luther, for being regular and calling all the meetings to order except one that we missed. Past District Governor Shaju Peter, Past District Governor Yogendra Diwanji, all the past presidents and members, and we have our guests today, Sheila Hurst, and a prospective member, Rishikant Jha. Welcome to all of you to our 13th meeting of this year. We did have a different schedule for this Friday meeting, but unfortunately, Tuesday morning on 22nd of September, we heard the very sad news in the morning about past Rotary International Director Yash Das passing away. It was quite unlikely for me. I do check my messages pretty early in the morning and then every half hour. That very day until about 9 o'clock in the morning, my phone and we stayed away from each other until past President Ramsesarji gave me a call and gave me the very shocking and sad news. This was very, very hard to believe. And I'm sure for most of you, this must have come as a big shock. Yash Dasji was the Rotary International Director at a time when I joined the Rotary movement in Chandigarh. And I do have memories. A man who was always near, and today he's gone very far. He's a person whom I've seen expanding the definition and scope of Rotary during all the years that he's given his everything into this. I'm sure all of you would agree that he's one thorough gentleman that we all have come across in the Rotary world. We have today the following members, and it would be open to others as well, but members who have confirmed to me, I'll just read out the sequence so members are aware, who would be paying their homage to PRID Yash Pal Dasji. We'll start with PDG Shaju, then we'll have past District Governor Yogendra Diwanji, we'll have past President Balram Gupta. We have our guest today, Sheila Hurst, who would also be speaking. Past President Harish Sethi, who I think has not joined but would during the course of this meeting. Past President Ashok Puri and AG Rita Kalra. If I missed any confirmations, we would definitely accommodate them. So my apologies if I missed anyone, but following this, everyone is welcome to speak. Before we start, I would request that we have a moment of silence for the departed soul. Thank you all. So I would now request past District Governor Shaju Peter to kindly pay his homage.
Shuchi, you have unmuted me.
Yes, sir. You are unmuted. I'll play the video as soon as you ask me to.
Okay. President Sanjay, Secretary Shuchi, fellow Rotarians and Anns. The void left behind by Yash has saddened us all so deeply that we tend to consider God's will so unkind and so irreconcilable. My association with Yash goes back to 1987, when I became a Rotarian of Chandigarh Midtown. His abrupt departure, if I may so say so, has brought into sharp focus, perhaps, how lethal the virus is and how fragile our lives are. I have put together a few photographs from my old albums as a tribute to his memory today. But by no stretch of imagination, this video is a profile of his life's work or times, but only a very humble attempt to show you all how close he was to me and to Chandigarh Midtown. Yash will always remain a perennial source of inspiration for all of us and an undying example of ethics and integrity, love and compassion. Shuchi, you may play the video.
Right, sir.
ठीक चल जाएगा.
Past Rotary International Director Yash Pal, diminutive, self-effacing, but a colossus among us in 3080, passed away to eternity early morning on September 22, 2020. Winter of 1990. Yash accepts the invite to be our guest speaker from President KTS Tulsi. The topic, the Rotary Foundation. He was on his way to become a member of the Archclump Society, but God willed it otherwise. Yash chooses Chandigarh Midtown to host his district assembly of belief and action. Venue, Hotel Shivalik, Chandigarh. Governor Arun Honi exchanges his collar in a ceremonial gesture. Manju stands beside her husband when his father, past Governor H.K. Das, thanks the district Rotarians for reposing their trust in his son. His inaugural address, a memento from the club president. 3080 governors at the Colombo Institute, convened by Director K.R. Ravindran. Together with Ambala Rotarians, Yash wishes Lavi and me a bon voyage to San Diego for the International Assembly. At Chetan's conference in CGA Golf Range, Chandigarh, when past Rotary International Director Sushil Gupta is the RI President's representative. His presence distinguishes the ceremony where Lavi receives the PHF certificate from Rotary International President Carl Wilhelm Stenhammar from Sweden. Yash gets elected as RI Director 201113. Chandigarh Midtown gets the honor of organizing a felicitation function in his honor at Naipur, Chandigarh. Manju has a light moment with Events Chair Past President Ajit Gulati. Director Shekhar Mehta, RI President-elect, and Rashi share the dais with Yash and Manju. Director Yash organizes his second institute in Hyderabad. RI President Sakuji Tanaka releases the book on peace, put together at Yash's behest in the presence of Antonio Halaj. At the installation of President Ravi Tulsi, to a request from Chandigarh Midtown, no from Yash has never been an answer. The 55 new schools he helped build in Kedarnath and Rudraprayag after the Himalayan tsunami will remain one of his lasting legacies. 3080 governors at Disha convened by Director Bhaskar Chokalingam in Mumbai. At the district conference of Governor Raman Aneja. With Maladi Bhaskar at the Intercity on the Foundation at Hotel Mount View, Chandigarh. President Amarjit Singh has Yash as the chief guest at his valedictory function. Midtown hosts the Thanksgiving ceremony of Governor Raman Aneja at Hotel Shivalik on June 30, 2017. Yash has been in the forefront of Rotary's fight against tuberculosis in India ever since the departure of past Governor Lakshmi Sagar. Invited by our immediate past President Salil Bali, Yash is with Midtowners on October 17, 2018 in PGI to inaugurate the Nutrition Support Program for HIV and TB patients. We never imagined that this would be the last time we would be together with him. Yash to us in Midtown will remain a perennial source of inspiration, an undying example of ethics and integrity, love and compassion.
Everything will look okay in that. Please,
Please unmute yourself. Hanji, yes, doctor, I got it. Yes, thank you.
Sanjay, you are not audible.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Am I audible?
yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. President Sanjay and Rotary family of Chandigarh Midtown. I'm joining you after a long time. I would have given anything not to be expressing my feelings on this sad occasion. When I first got a call from Shaju on 22nd morning, early in the morning, I could not believe myself. I asked him again, what are you saying, Shaju? He repeated, he said, that's the news. It was such a big shock. But he alone decides. Yash's birthday was on 23rd September, his 74th. But his parting day came a day earlier. And my words and his condolence meeting would take 2 days later. This alone he decides. My words fail me at this juncture. In all this over 30 years of association with Yash, I've attended many functions together, Rotary and his personal. Always smiling. I found him always smiling and a soft-spoken person. Never got ruffled,
आपका भी म्यूट है।
Your pardon?
मेरी सिर्फ फोटो होनी चाहिए जैसे मैं ऐसे
Am I audible?
Yes,
sir.
yes, yes, you
Go ahead.
are.
Can
Go
I
ahead.
continue?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
please go ahead.
As I said, I have attended many functions in these panorama of 30 years. Both his Rotary functions, the conferences, his conference, my conference, and later on the zonal institutes. I always saw him smiling, never get ruffled, so soft-spoken, even in controversial points, even in controversies, he could put his point of view so very softly and yet convincingly. He was my friend, philosopher, and guide. Above all, he was a great Rotarian. Not because he rose to become the RI director and more assignments at the international level, both at national and international level. You know, even at the RI directorship, the board of directors of the RI elected him as the chairman of the finance committee of the board. And many more assignments that he had. He also, he mainly, I find him a great man because he lived the ideals of Rotary. He always believed in what he did and did what he believed in. उनकी करनी और कथनी में कभी फर्क नहीं पाया मैंने. His full dedication, he was always fully dedicated to any cause that he took up, whether it was an international assignment, or it was a national assignment, or it was a club assignment. And the two things that come to my mind are his latest assignments. One that was recent, just now shown, but we couldn't see it properly, but I've seen it earlier also. The way he executed the project of the Uttarakhand schools, the 32 schools that he built. Kanan and I had both the occasion of seeing it after they had been dedicated, along with the president-elect from Australia. And we were 10 of us. And I saw his acumen and his and the way he managed to the minutest details. This was a 2 nights, 3-day program, and everything went so well. Both, he was a good, not only a good event manager, but also a good project manager. Two latest assignments that he completed, one was Uttarakhand, and we have seen what he did with the latest assignment that he was currently holding. That was the chairmanship of the TV, national TV program. We have all seen him working. Now, the greatest tribute to any departed soul is to follow the footsteps he showed us in his lifetime. May he rest in peace, and may he give us and his family, his extended family, the strength to bear this loss. Amen.
Thank you, sir. We'll just try. Meanwhile, just given the liberty to invite a guest from Alaska, Sheila first. Ma'am, we'll just unmute you. Yes, great, ma'am. Thank you for joining us. All yours, please go ahead.
I appreciate the opportunity to share some thoughts with you. I will say this morning, because in California, it's about 7 o'clock and not quite light yet. I'm Dr. Sheila Hurst. I live in Northern California in the United States. And for 6 years, when I was co-chair of the Health, Education, and Wellness Rotarian Action Group, I had the pleasure of knowing, working with, and learning from Yash. He was a director who inspired and informed us about so many aspects of life and public health that benefited the world. He took over the leadership and created the special emphasis on tuberculosis. We learned about the Ambala Hospital that was landmark and so important for the community and to inspire the world. The mission of HURAG, the Rotarian Action Group, was Rotarians working together to improve world health. And Yash helped us know about that through the newsletter articles that he wrote regularly, through the breakout sessions that we participated in together at Rotary International Conventions, and also at special sessions about tuberculosis and other ways that he brought together world experts to share information. I was able to work with Dr. Rita Kaura and Sanjay Kaura on this action group also, and I appreciate them including me in this opportunity to share a few perspectives about the dimensions that Yash enriched all of our lives together. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So I see that past President Harish Sethi ji has also joined, probably from Tulsiji's residence. Harish Sethi ji, you will also need to unmute yourself. I would like you to. I would like you to. Sethi ji, you will need to unmute. If Tulsiji is there, he might have to help you. I think we have two cases. Either of them could unmute themselves.
Now I think you can hear me.
Anji, yes, Sethi ji, yes, please. We can hear you, Sethi ji.
As Yogendra ji has been explaining that Yash ji was a very fine human being. He did lots of projects. He did one for us also. He came to Chandigarh. One can see the pictures here. And closely that I know Yash was as a golfer. A very fit person. If he has no official assignment, he would like to play daily. And it was because of him that we kept on having Rotary district golf tournament year after year. And he would bring a team of 18 to 20 people from Ambala all the way. And we would normally start at 7:38, and it would be November, December. But he would be there by 7. They would start at 5, everybody will be up at 4:30. So that was his, I would say, dedication to the cause of Rotary golf. And a couple of times, I also went to Ambala. He would organize a tournament in memory of his father at the Army grounds. It was a great pleasure. As Yogendra ji has mentioned, one of his major projects was the reconstruction of school buildings in Rudraprayag. And he did that entirely by his own efforts. I was told that he collected 5 crores to get those schools reconstructed. And everybody in Uttarakhand has a sense of great admiration for this man. Yash ji had his birthday on 23rd and he expired on 22nd. What a sad thing. And we were expecting that he would rise to the post of Rotary International President. That was not to be. But he was a person who has left a lot of memories, good memories for the works done for the Rotary. He was my guide also throughout. May God bless his soul.
Sanjay, Sanjay, can I now?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Past President Harish Sethi. I do remember several occasions of being there with you on during the golf tournaments that we organized, and we had all the support from Yash Pal Das ji. Yes, Past President Balram Gupta ji, glad to see you back. You just muted yourself, sir, again. You just muted yourself. You have to unmute yourself. Okay. Dr. Balram Gupta, you need to unmute again. Your voice was coming through fine. You did something. You pressed. Yes,
Yes. Sanjay and my Rotary co-travelers, past Rotary International Director Yash Das was born on September 23, 1946. He was no more on September 22nd, 2020. Lived for 74 years. He joined Rotary in 1971. He grew with Rotary for almost half a century. Rotary was in his blood. His father was the district governor for the year 1967-68. He carried his father's DNA. He himself became the district governor in 1993-94. He became Rotary International Director 2011. What a meaningful, hugely contributory Rotary journey. He rose from being a member of the Rotary Club. He served Rotary at all levels. We were keenly looking forward to that, the ultimate culmination. This beautiful journey got short-circuited so suddenly, so sad. Yash Das was the darling of Rotary Kuparsnari. What a delight to hear him speak. What a joy to read what he wrote. His monthly pieces in Rotary News while he was the Rotary International Director enriched Rotary literature richly. When you read him, you actually relive him. His actions in Rotary were inspiring. His thoughts were motivating. Rotary in India has completed a century. Yash Das played his Rotary strokes for almost half a century. Like the opening batsman, a friend, an accomplished trainer, and a leader of Rotary, he was an epitome of Rotary four-way test. He was a blend of Rotary values and Rotary service. He always breathed Rotary. Rotary was his staple diet. Rotary was his sustenance. He enjoyed Rotary. It was a way of life for him. He was passionate, dedicated, and committed to Rotary. Saju, on the occasion of Zonal Rotary Institute in Chandigarh in the year 2006, prepared an anthology of inspirational stories, Kindle the Spark. Yash Das, in his message, quoted the English poet Emerson, "Hitch your wagon to a star." He encouraged to garner some courage to make your dreams come true. Yash believed that giving is living. When you give in any mode, the return multiplies. It satisfies you, you feel happy, when you see others happy. I'm taking the liberty of striking a personal note. I wrote a short piece. Is it the truth? It covered a part of my journey. The piece had been written in Rotary spirit. I was happy to share the same with Yash Das. I got his response through an email. I quote, I read it with great interest, and it truly reflects the Rotary spirit, particularly the four-way test. I'm sure you must feel extremely proud as you reflect back in time and revel in the fact that so many of your students have risen to such prominent position in the judiciary. We in Rotary equally feel proud of you. Unquote. It was both humbling and motivating. My Rotary family, we miss him more than we can actually express. What a feeling of grief, but also a feeling of gratitude. How much he contributed, how well he served. He was unique. What grace, what elegance, what poise, his wisdom, his humility, his humanism, his empathy, all this and more had huge influence on Rotary family and beyond. Yash Das is no more. His fragrance continues. May his tribe multiply. May his soul rest in peace. May we all continue to follow and strengthen his Rotary legacy. Amen.
Thank you, sir. As all the members paying tribute today, you really have brought to life the life of your ID Yash Pal Das ji. I would like to now call upon past President Ashok Puri ji.
Ashok sir, please unmute yourself. Ashok sir, can you hear us?
Can you see him on the screen? Because I can't.
Yes, he's there. I've even sent him a unmute this thing, but he has to do it on his own. We can't do it, unfortunately. Ashok sir, can you hear us? Actually, he could not hear us in the beginning also, when he joined. Ashok sir, can you hear us, please?
He must have forgotten to adjust his volume.
He's unmuted. He's muted.
But Shuji, you should be able to unmute it yourself, can't you?
No,
we can only send a request, sir.
We can only send a request, sir. That is so.
No,
quite.
Apart from that, Suchi, you can make a call to him and ask him to do that.
Yeah,
you can make a call
let
to
me.
him.
Yeah, just. Yeah. I'll do that right away.
Okay, Shuchi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Finally, okay, that's great. That's great. Sir, you can put spotlight on him, maybe.
President Sanjay Bhatia, Secretary Suchi Thakur, fellow Rotarians, our guest, PDG Yogendra Diwan जी, मैं 22 सितंबर को जैसे अपने मॉर्निंग में प्राणायाम करके जब उठा तो मैं डॉक्टर रीता कालरा का जो मैसेज देखा कि पास्ट रोटरी इंटरनेशनल डायरेक्टर यश दास जी का देहांत हो गया है, तो एक बारी तो मैं बहुत समझ नहीं पाया, फिर दोबारा देखा, तब जाके पता लगा कि दम यश दास जी इस दुनिया में नहीं रहे। पर ईश्वर की मर्जी के आगे हम सबको सिर झुकाना पड़ता है। हमारी रोटरी प्रोजेक्ट 3080 के एक को सही जूल थे, अब हमारे साथ नहीं है। हम सारे रोटरी में उनको यश जी के नाम से जानते थे। मेरा रोटरी के फंक्शन में जाता था और रोटरी ज्वाइन करने के बाद मेरा उनका पहला संपर्क जब हमने एक नाइपर में उनकी और शेखर मेहता जी के फेलिसिटेशन का एक फंक्शन किया जो नाइपर मोहाली में था। तब मैंने रोटरी ज्वाइन ही किया था, थोड़ी देर हुई थी। तो मैं भी उनसे जब मिला तो उन्होंने मेरे कंधे पर हाथ रखा कि रोटरी में नए हो। मैं कि हूँ। कहते आपका क्लब जो है रोटरी क्लब चंडीगढ़ मिड टाउन बहुत अच्छा है और प्रोजेक्ट की इन्वॉल्वमेंट में रहो और कम्युनिटी की सेवा करो, जो आपको अच्छा लगता है वो करो। वो अभी तक मेरे दिमाग में रहता है, जैसे मैं एकदम दिमाग में चलता है कि he was very good guide, very good motivator also। उसके बाद भी कई बारी उनसे डिस्ट्रिक्ट में और भी इलेक्ट्रिक फंक्शंस में मेरे इमाम के संपर्क आता रहा। और फिर जब मैं प्रेसिडेंट 2018-19 में बना तब उनके साथ 2-3 बारी मेरा संपर्क रहा। एक तो हमने जब टीबी HIV पेशेंट का ऐड किया था न्यूट्रिशन सप्लीमेंट के लिए, तब भी वो उनका एक अंदाज ऐसा था कि हाँ काम करते थे, जो भी काम करता था उसको शाबाशी थापी देते थे। और दूसरी बारी एक हमने सेक्टर 5 से लेके हॉस्पिटल तक एक टीबी अवेयरनेस का वॉकेथन किया। जो मैं उनके संपर्क जब हम वॉकेट चल रहे थे, सेक्टर 5 से हॉस्पिटल तक जाना था, तो संयोगवश मैं उनके साथ साथ चल रहा था। तो बातचीत में वो कह रहे थे हाँ बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हो, क्या है सुना है कि आप एक हैप्पी स्कूल का भी काम कर रहे हो। मैं साहब कर रहे हैं। तो मतलब इट वाज ए सॉर्ट ऑफ ऑल एनकरेजमेंट। कहते मैं मौका मिलेगा तो मैं जरूर आऊंगा। फिर जब मेरा साल खत्म हुआ तो वेरिडिक्टी फंक्शन में जो फिर उनके दर्शन मिले, सब अच्छा फंक्शन हुआ। और फंक्शन देने के बाद के जब फंक्शन खत्म हो गया तो वो कहते थे कि वेल डन अशोक, वेल डन। तो हालांकि वो टीबी के चेयरमैन भी थे और उन्होंने उत्तराखंड में एस्टेब्लिशमेंट रीस्कूलिंग का किया और इनका ऐसा जो कार्य करके गए हैं वो हमेशा इतनी जल्दी याद रखेंगे। हम सच्ची श्रद्धांजलि हम उनको इस तरह देते हैं कि हम उनके फॉलो स्टेप्स पर आगे का उस चीजों को जो उन्होंने शुरू किया है उसको आगे बढ़ाएं। यही सच्चे मायनों में श्रद्धांजलि होगी। हम ईश्वर से प्रार्थना करते हैं कि इस नोबल सोल को भगवान ईश्वर अपने चरणों में स्थान दे और सब परिवारजनों और खासकर मंजू जी का उनकी आकस्मिक निधन जी के निधन पर जो आघात लगा है उसके दुख को सहने में शक्ति प्रदान करें। ओम शांति, ओम शांति, ओम शांति।
Thank you, Past President Ashok ji. I would like to now call AG Past President Dr. Rita Kalra.
Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, today we mourn the sad and untimely demise of past Rotary International Director Yash Pal Das. a stalwart of Rotary fraternity, an outstanding leader and mentor, the noble soul will be remembered with deep respect, love, and affection for inspiring and touching lives of many. His work and rich legacy of service will live on and remain a lasting memorial. I'm sharing a small video of my contact with him. As chairman, International Rotary TB Control Committee, he spearheaded several campaigns across the country. Under his dynamic leadership, Rotarians have been motivated by call to action End TB Now. Rotary Chandigarh Midtown has been blessed with his presence and endless support to the program. He was joined with us on World TB Day walkathon early morning, as shared by past President Ashok Puri. And you can see, we can't believe this will happen ever again. The tableau of NTB program with Civil Hospital Panchkula won the first prize on Republic Day. This was again sponsored by National TB Committee. He has been supporting the nutrition supplement program started by our club for MDR TB patients all through the year. He joined us for the launch of TB HIV co-infection control program at PGI. With a global grant, he has strengthened the sensitization seminars in schools, colleges, old age homes, orphanages. And this is like every month we have been doing it year after year. Educating people, sensitizing them, screening them. This is with DHS Chandigarh, and this is the CBNAT van. This is an exhibition which was sponsored by the committee and executed by our club. This is Bapu Dham, Molly Jagra. Everywhere we were there with the help of this grant. This is Kundan International School. We organized a District 3080 awareness program, and wherein Rotarians from the zone participated. This was sponsored again. The program has been a boost to the Rotary public image. International TB Union Conference and a centennial dinner at Hyderabad I joined him there, and the photographs have been taken by him, these photographs, because he was with me and he would click for me. These are all the Community Connect programs which we attended together. As director, advisor to HURAG, he has been sharing the progress of anti-TB drive on international platform. This is at Hamburg Convention. Nominated So this is that PGI HIV TB NSP program. So this was a tribute which we gave to him yesterday on the occasion of Nikshay Divas, which is celebrated on 24th of every month. And this is the trophy which we have been getting year after year for 3 years for contributing to his flagship program of TB. I have been nominated by him as District TB Coordinator from RID 3080 to National TB Committee, and I hope I will be able to come up to his expectations. I still don't believe I will never hear from him ever again, but still hope he will continue to inspire us to take the flagship program of TB Elimination 2025 to its goal. As we pay our humble tribute for a life lived in the service of others, let us draw comfort and pray to Almighty to grant eternal peace to the departed soul and give solace and fortitude to the bereaved family in the grief and loss. I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. Now there is in store for me the crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, will award me on that day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rita. Actually, the fight to eliminate TB, will always have the memories and contribution of Yash Pal Das ji. I'm sure every year, similarly, we could in September be dedicating this to him. I would like to now invite past President Pallav Mukherjee.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes, Rita, can you stop the screen share? Yes, Pallav sir.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
I'll start off with the fact that if I ever have any regrets in life of not having hung around with a great guy, it is Mr. Yash Das. I mean, I just realized that I have known him for 34 years out of the 50 that he had spent in Rotary. I'd been there for 34 years. And I just now realized that he's a guy to emulate. I mean, here was a person whose entire demeanor was infectious. He was an officer. Well, that's a fact. He was an officer of the Merchant Navy before he came back to his family business in Ambala. And he was a gentleman. And that, I mean, these two things made him a person to just, I mean, what's the word for it? Absorb a bit of his demeanor or a bit of his personality. I actually got to meet him, like I said, 34 years ago, when the entire family, his dad and his chacha, they were all members of the Rotary Club of Ambala, which I think is maybe the second oldest club in the district. Shaju will know all that. And I remember I was there in Ambala for some, what was it? I think it was the Rotary, I mean, you had this, the exchange.
Intercity. Intercity.
No, I'm talking about before that, 85 or 86, before I joined the Rotary. I'd gone for the, what do you call that exchange, cultural exchange? What's that called? I mean, group study.
Family exchange at that time, or group study exchange?
Yeah, group study exchange. The reason I got into Rotary was the group study exchange, which started off in Ambala. That's where I met some of the people. And then we had an interview here in Chandigarh. And the next thing you know is I ended up in this opportunity of going to, Southwest UK. Anyway, Mr. Yash Das is a person who has to be emulated. And unfortunately, I don't think we've spent enough time with him. Every time we used to go down to his office, which was just in, front of his house, it used to be a great experience. I mean, he had the little cubby hole on the first floor, a complicated bunch of these things, but he'd take out time for you. In fact, the mistake that we all are doing is we are not meeting our elders, or shall we say elders or old timers. I shouldn't use the word old timers. And I remember specifically the time when Shaju, I think, was the secretary of our club, and KTS Tulsi was the president, and we were in Saharanpur. And I messed up royally. Shaju, I'm not letting out the secret, but
I can never forget that.
That's a big problem. I ended up voting for for a different guy, and he had to postpone his Rotary governorship for a year. Anyway, I think from our club, I've already got an offer from several of the old timers, Yamunanagar and other places, that we should form a posse every maybe Saturday or Sunday and take a drive down and meet one of the old timers. For example, Ambala City, etc. And just filch some coffee from them and spend an hour or two and come back. What say? I'm ready to, drive down and take 3-4 people in my car.
Sir, what about social distancing?
Well, we'll take him along, Mr. Singh. But nevertheless, this is one idea I think we should give it a shot and meet up with more people like Yash Das. And now is a wake-up call for us to kind of interact with people who, are truly great. And so is he. His entire family has been Rotary for maybe more than, Shaju? Half a century? More than 3/4 of a century? When was the Ambala Club started, Shaju? No idea. Anyway,
85 years maybe.
54.
Okay. Well, gentlemen, that's all I have to say. And it is unfortunate because we used to discuss ancient history of Ambala, and he was pretty good at that. He gave me a book on the history of Ambala when, what's his name? It used to be the capital of Punjab before they captured Punjab. So it used to be known as the Northwest Territories or the Frontier Territories. And Ambala was the capital of Punjab those days. And I think Sir John Lawrence was the commissioner of Punjab, and Ambala was his headquarters. I'll stop it there. Thank you.
Thank you, Pallabji. Would any other member like to speak? Yes, and since Sheila Hurst has also joined from across the oceans, so we would like to hear something more from you. Message for our members or people you connect to the club.
I think I've already shared some comments about the honor that I've had working with Yash. I look forward to continuing working with Rita and Sanjay on HUREG, Health Education and Wellness Rotarian Action Group. They've contributed informative and inspiring articles also to the newsletter and have attended events that HUREG has helped to sponsor at international conventions. And Rita, I hope to see you and other members of your club. Maybe we'll all be together in Taipei. And in the meantime, thank you so much for allowing me to attend this very moving tribute to a wonderful person, to Yash. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheila. Convey our regards to Jane also. And
yes, we remain hopeful for Taipei, definitely. Our guest Rishikant Jha, yes, we would like to hear, you can give a brief introduction here because we would be seeing you, inducting you very soon after the normal necessary formalities are over.
Thank you, Sanjay sir, and thank you, Suchi ma'am, for giving me this opportunity, and thanks to all of you, the Rotarians. When I actually reached out to Sanjay sir for allowing me and helping me in getting to know Rotary Club Midtown, I had just one hunger or a greed to be around some people who are experienced in life, who have a social circle in this place, in this part of our country. And Sanjay sir then encouraged me to join more meetings of yours on Zoom and YouTube videos. Now, 3-4 meetings after attending, one thing which I can tell you that after every such meeting, it gives me goosebumps when I see people of such a great experience, such rich experience, yet so humble. Yeah, I mean, it's to me the kind of world which I have been seeing. There, I have had the good opportunity to meet people with great experience, richer experience, humble people. But having combination all at same place is, I'm getting goosebumps seriously. The introduction about myself, my full name is Rishikant Jha, born and brought up in Bihar. There's a place called Darbhanga. My father was a bank employee. Unfortunately, I have lost my mother and father both. Due to some reasons, I came down to Chandigarh nearly 1.5 years back due to some family reasons. And last few months, as the situations have demanded and as I have understood, it is, I wish and I have decided to stay in this part of the country. And that's where my request to you all is to give me your blessings, share your experiences with me, and make me
Rishi, I think there's an audio.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Some internet issue, I
To
guess.
be part of it right now, the words or the expressions I have.
I think there is some internet lag, Rishiji, at your end. So we can't hear you. Salil sir has raised his hand. Salil Chopra sir. President Sanjay.
Since how long was I not audible to you?
Just the last few bits.
To people.
So the last which I concluded is with a humble request that share me your experiences, give me the blessings, and make me a better human being so that I can deserve to be part of your family and maybe shoulder with you people for the cause that you carry on.
Thank you so much, Rishi, and thank you so much for joining us today. And I've seen you regularly for the last 3 weeks now, and we hope to see you, and you'll hear from us about the the necessary processing of your application. Salil Chopra ji, would you, since I see a hand raised, would you like to speak something? Can you see him?
Yeah, he is there, and he's unmuted as well. Salil Chopra sir.
I think Ramsey sir ji, आप कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? I think I saw his hand also.
Bandwidth is low.
Yes, Ramsey sir, आपको unmute मैं कर रहा हूँ. You'll have to press your unmute button. Yes, Ramsey sir, you want to say something? I think.
This is not the right occasion. We only wanted to make an appeal to our members that there is a new enactment which has taken place yesterday, which was proposed in the last budget for renewal of section registration under section 12A and 80G of our Rotary Trust. There are a lot of informations are required. We have updated our draft text of the trust deed, and I think the leadership will let you know, and that should be approved. And they invited me in the last board meeting as usual, and the board has appointed 8 new trustees, and I think our President Sanjay will shortly circulate their name, and particularly to them directly, that they have been nominated as trustees of our trust, so that we can take the matter forward for doing needful. Lot of formalities are required, lot of work is required to be done. Therefore, this work has to be done as fast as possible. That's what I would like to request.
Thank you, Ramsey sir. Salil Chopra ji, you had a hand raised. Did you want to speak something? You can just nod and say. You need to unmute.
Unmuted, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Dear friends, it's regarding Gandhi Jayanti celebration, which we are holding in collaboration with Samarpan management on 2nd October at Majri Chowk, where we all meet the kids, about 100 children and their mothers, and distribute them the dry ration nowadays. The timing set are 11:30 a.m. I would request as many people who can join, but I assure you, social distancing is maintained very well there. And also I would request the particular donors, those who have donated the money for the, they must with their own hands should try to distribute the food or the other stuff to the children. That's my request to you all. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Salil. So we come to the end of this today's meeting, and I would hereby adjourn. We will keep this room open for 10 to 15 minutes. I will attempt to play Shaju's video again, but all
Sanjay
the
sir, you just have to share computer sound from the top menu. You'll just have to do that.
All right.
There'll be 3 dots. Just click on that. Yeah.
Right. So all the members can unmute themselves and the meeting is hereby adjourned. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to see you again next week and also for the events we have during the week. Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone can unmute themselves.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Rishi.
Sanjay?
Yes.
I want to repeat my request which I have given in the bulletin.
Yes, contributions and everything, please.
Anybody who wants to contribute something for the bulletin.
As an article, not money.
I couldn't get you.
Articles. Contribute articles and not money.
Up to 200 words, not beyond that. Then it becomes too long.